Nice, nice.
Yeah, where did you grow up at? I mean, I know you grew up in Utica, but like, did you grow up in the projects? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I grew up definitely. You know what I'm saying? My mom's is one of those moms struggling month to month. You know what I'm saying? My mom's white, my father black. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So I'm biracial, but was one of those kids that definitely grew up in the projects who seen everything that I be talking about in my music. That's why I try to emphasize on a lot of the struggles and all that, because I lived that and I know it could be inspirational and motivational to a lot of people when they're in the city. So I try to make sure I stick to that. You know what I mean?
Did you have any trouble growing up? You know, being light skinned but still living in the urban community. Did you have any trouble of that nature? Because a lot of people say, you know, the lighter your skin, you know, in certain areas that could be a detriment, or was it a blessing? I mean, how did you see it?
Oh, nah. My sister said it best one day, but she was like, growing up for her, it was like she felt like she was too black to fit in with the whites and too white to fit in with the black crowd, you know what I'm saying? And when she said that, it was like the best way I could kind of sum it up. So I felt like that same way many times throughout my life. But at the same time, I never let that deter me. I grew up in the projects and went to a school that was majority middle class kids. So definitely I felt embarrassed, ashamed, all that good stuff growing up to a certain extent and all that. But I never let it deter who I was or deter the vision I had. You dig what I'm saying?
Were you able to channel some of that frustration you had with, you know, racial barriers into your music?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important that I go ahead and put that out there, because I know especially nowadays what's going on with the whole racial thing and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So I definitely try to, like I said, emphasize on the struggles and everything I went through in my life. I don't really try to hide nothing at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I get more respect and more positive responses, if ever, from my struggles than me trying to make a club record or a record about throwing money at a stripper or something like that. You dig what I'm saying? So I try to stick to originality, and people tend to appreciate that a lot more, you know what I'm saying? Especially true hip-hop heads.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because that's the kind of grimy shit that I grew up listening to. Like, I remember the first album that I listened to that I really, really liked, and it was like part fantasy, but the Gravedigger 6 Feet Deep. Or was it 6 Feet Under?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
6 feet under or 6 feet deep? What the
I think
hell
it's
was
6 feet deep.
6 feet deep, right? That's the kind of shit I liked, where it was just like murder and mayhem.
That was a classic right there.
Yeah.
OGC, you know what I'm saying? Original Gun Clappers, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can even go back before then, but definitely all that underground music, I salute that. Rest in peace, Sean P, you know what I'm saying? Like, true hip-hop heads, dudes with bars that didn't care about truly being in the limelight, you know what I'm saying? But definitely was respected and saluted, you know what I mean? And I got a lot of records, actually, in the stash box with a lot of the dudes that's definitely on that level, that's respected in the game, but just don't really care and not in the forefront probably no more, but definitely is known throughout the industry and respected. So, you know what I mean? Be on the lookout for a lot of records with me and a lot of dudes well known in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Now, in Utica, how many, is there a lot of rappers in Utica, or just, you know, are you like the biggest one? Like, how's the rap scene like with, you know, other MCs out there?
Definitely a nice handful of MCs now. I mean, when I first started, like, just messing around, 13, 14, freestyling, age 13, 14, that's when I was like, listen, I want to be the man, because there was nobody out doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Tino Brown. He actually had a tape around that time. I was 13, 14, and that's what inspired me. Like, hold on, homie got a tape, not one that you go ahead and grab the tissue or piece of paper and stuff in the tops and all that and just record yourself over. Homie had the official single with the acapella on it with the instrumental. So I'm like, hold on.
The B-side.
And at the same time, say it again?
He had the B-side on that joint, you know,
yeah, everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, when I seen that at 13, 14 and knowing that I always wanted to do this music thing but didn't know what route to take, the inspiration took off from there, where I'm like, I'm not saying he wasn't doing nothing and wasn't representing it right, but I'm like, listen, I'm about to take it to another level, you know what I'm saying? And ever since then, it was over, man. I had that fire lit.
Okay.